All right, well, let's talk about something else then, because it's clear from the comments that I won that one. You aren't that
No,
frustrated with Kevin Love's 3-year deal, which is in effect a 3-year deal. It's probably could be for team. Is it team or player option for 4? It's player option on the 4th year.
player option.
So this is a similar structure as a lot of players who left their team after 3 years. You're not that worried. You don't think he can be persuaded to go elsewhere?
I think he can be persuaded to go elsewhere. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it. I would be worried if David Kahn had a job past this summer, but his contract ends as soon as the season's over, and there's no guarantee that he's going to be re-signed. If he was shaping this team over the next 3 years for Kevin Love's liking, I would have a huge problem with that. But I don't believe he's still going to be here because I don't believe he still really has that much power outside of contract negotiation. They are taking a risk by not giving him a 5-year deal that he wanted because you have pissed Kevin Love off, and now you have to kind of repair that relationship. At the same time, you have to figure out a way to win now, which is something they've rarely ever done. They've always looked 2-3 years down the road. The one time they did go for this season we need to win is when they acquired Cassell and Sprewell, and they went to the Western Conference Finals. Like, that's not saying they're going to do that now or they're going to do that next year, but now they actually have to put a team around him instead of just acquiring assets all the time.
Yeah, but I think Kahn. It'd be weird if they let Kahn oh, Ethan's back. They let Kahn hang around through all these bad years, and then for basically this is only his 3rd year, and then now that he's got the team going in the right direction, they get rid of him. That doesn't square with me. I mean, they've been so forgiving of him so far. Why, now that the vision of David Kahn is coming into being, why would they get rid of him?
First
Because
of all,
the vision's crap.
guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Am
hear
I-
you
am I in a
now.
glass
Be quiet
case
so
of
Zach can
emotion?
respond.
No, I want to jump in because this is all one big distraction from the main Zach issue, which is that he secretly hates Kevin Love a little bit, or at least a little bit.
What?
Yep.
He doesn't love
He
him
wants
as much
Rubio
as
to
the
get that big
wisdom.
contract.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
he's
want Ricky
always
to have whatever he
been-
wants in life. That's not wrong, but
He's always been a big
I've
old
been
wet
defending Kevin
blanket
Love for
on-
3 years.
No.
Saying he's the best
You can pull
rebounder
that
in
with your
basketball
DDL
because he is the
people.
You were
best
just
rebounder
talking
in
about how
basketball.
fat he is.
No, Ethan
Yeah,
was talking
yeah,
about
you
how fat
were.
he is.
I believe you called him
Ethan
a
is
bearded
obsessed
manatee.
with players' weights. Oh, he's.
I might have
like
made
a
that up.
Shaggy manatee. I wouldn't say bearded.
A shaggy manatee. It's an excellent band name, but why don't you think that he's worth max money? Why do you think? Like,
I
what
do
are the
think he's
flaws
worth
in his
max
game
money.
that should preclude?
So
Oh,
what's
you
the
do?
point?
No, I do
why,
think-
why
I
aren't
don't
you
know. You seem to
annoyed
be
that
waxing
they
pretty
didn't lock him
cautious.
up then?
I mean, I feel like I'm being ganged up on. I was going to offer Ethan this Be Mine cookie as collateral for awarding me bacon, but now, you know what? I don't want your stupid bacon because you guys are making things
I
up
love
that
that's
I
from last
haven't said
year's
about
February.
Kevin Love. It is.
I bet if
I
you,
was
if
given
you,
this yesterday.
fling that at me like it was a frisbee, it would decapitate me. It's so hard.
This is given to me yesterday. Is still soft and moist. It's not moist, but it's softish. No, Kevin Love. I've defended Kevin Love. He's worth max money. He should have gotten
Would
it,
you say
but I'm
it's
not
as soft
freaking
and
out that
moist
he
as a
didn't.
manatee?
All right, let's get it together, you two. This is sort of an interesting question here. It's about Lamar Odom, who has been terrible, and it comes from our old buddy Kirk Seriousface. How much longer do I have to be patient with Lamar Odom? The excuse he's had a hard year is old now. Well, I don't think you have to be patient with him because, he's an asset that will be off the books after 1 year. Isn't he basically billed as a rental?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you really have to worry about him at all. If he's good by the playoffs, then he's good by the playoffs, and if not, they have other options to play. It's not like he is an integral part of this team. He's essentially replaced Chandler as a rotation player, but not the same role. So he's kind of just extraneous right now.
Yeah, I think maybe Kirk's frustration is born out of how Odom seems to be approaching this, which is, I don't want to be here. This is a calamity that this happened to me. And It is a defense. I get that players, they have to change their lives in a way that we don't appreciate or care about. They have to move to a different place. But this is a defending championship team, and it is odd to see him completely mope through this season as if he's been relegated to the Warriors or the Wizards.
Can
That's a
I,
decent
without
segue
getting
for you when you bring Mike on.
without getting too serious, real quick, this guy's been through a lot in his life. Not that any other player hasn't, but a big change, unexpected like that, might not be the easiest thing for him to go through. Like, he's dealt with the death of his infant child. He's dealt with like his mom dying when he was at a young age. Like, he might just not deal with change that well, and it's going to take him more than a month of ragtag.
I
live in
think
Dallas
I mean
now
I
to
think
get
that
over
that
it.
is a completely valid point, and it makes sense from a human perspective that he would have difficulty. But the fan watching at home, not that Kirk isn't the most empathetic person in the world, I'm sure he is, but many Dallas
Kirk
fans
hates
are just
everybody.
watching a guy mope through their season. Yeah,
Kirk's a
Kirk's
robot.
evil.
Serious face.
Yeah, he's not Kirk,
Kirk-
amicable face.
Kirk is my favorite Republican reader, and that's the best. That's the best thing I can say about him.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that it's just hard for Dallas fans watching him to just on a visceral level see somebody who doesn't want to be there. Fans don't like that, and that's probably generating a lot of that sentiment.
Yeah, and he's someone who is clearly attached to LA in a way that seemed like he felt it was his home. Maybe in a way that he hasn't felt good about having a home in a long time. So, yeah, I think that there is something beyond what we can see, and what's frustrating is, beyond what we can know or really speak with any sort of authority about. But it is good to keep in mind that these are human beings who may have something going on beyond just not liking playing with Dirk or whatever, not getting yelled at by Kobe enough.